With polynomial long division, we're looking at number 8 right now. And yesterday I had said to you that you have to take your x plus 8, that is your divisor. Your dividend is x squared minus 64. But every degree of the variable has to be represented. So you have x squared. You have no x value, x to the first. So you actually have to represent that. 0x is the same thing as 0. So it's not, you're not changing the value of your polynomial. You're just representing that degree. And then minus 64. So here again, we look at it and we say x can go, we only look at the first term. X goes into x squared one times for x. So x times this is x squared plus 8x. And then we subtract. So you get negative 8x minus 64. And then x goes into negative 8x, negative 8 times. So you get negative 8x minus 64. And again, we're going to subtract, so it becomes plus plus. So it's 0. So x squared minus 64 divided by x plus 8 does give me x minus 8. This is the key part of this problem. You have to have every degree represented. So in this next problem, you're going to go through step by step. It's going to seem like a lot. However, you're just going to take the 4x plus 3 and then 8x cubed plus, that's an x, 18x squared minus 7x minus 12. And you're going to go through that same process that we just did. So 4x goes into 8x cubed, 2x squared times. So you're going to get 8x cubed plus 6x squared. So subtract, subtract. You got 12x squared. Drop down your negative 7x. 4x goes into 12x squared, positive 3x times. So you're going to get 12x squared plus 9x. Subtract, subtract. So you have a negative 7, negative 9 gives you a negative 16x. Oops. Drop down your negative 12. 4x goes into negative 16, negative 4 times. So you get negative 16x minus 12. And again, subtract, so it becomes plus plus. You get 0. So even though it looks scary, you can divide a polynomial that has 4 terms by a binomial, and you'll get your trinomial answer. It's these last two that are a little different. So looking at these, you can't factor 4x squared plus 6x plus 1 and be able to have it simplify with 2x minus 1. So we're going to use long division, so 2x minus 1. And then we'll do 4x squared plus 6x plus 1. We're going to take that same process. 2x goes into 4x squared 2 times. 2x times, excuse me. So 2x times 2x gives me 4x squared. 2x times negative 1 gives me minus, I forgot my x, minus 2x. So minus plus, because we're subtracting. Don't know what I did there. Minus plus. So 4x squared minus 4x squared is gone. 6x plus 2x. That's where I am. So minus, it was minus 2x, yeah, plus. So is 8x plus 1, drop down the plus 1. 2x goes into 8x 4 times, so positive 4 times. So you get 4 times 2x, which is 8x. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. So again, we're going to subtract, so that changes this sign. You have 5 left over. You have a positive 5 left over. So back when you would do just a regular division problem, and you would have this, sometimes you learned how to do a remainder. Other times we made it as basically a mixed number, so like 6 and then 1/3 or whatever it was. Same concept with this. When you have that remainder, that actually, it's a positive 5, so it's plus. That's your new numerator. Your old denominator stays the same. So 2x minus 1. It's the same exact concept as dividing long division when you have a remainder or you're taking it and making it a mixed number. So looking at the next one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put 2x minus 5 and divide that, divide 2x cubed minus 9x squared. And again, we don't have that degree of 1, so we have to add plus 0x plus 15 to this one. So we're going to do our long division just like the others. We're going to say 2x goes into 2x cubed, x squared times. So then when I multiply it, I'm going to get 2x cubed minus 5x squared. So my degrees are lining up here. So minus, and then that becomes a plus. So you're going to have negative 4x squared and you had to drop down that plus 0x to hold that degree. So 2x goes into negative 4x squared, negative 2x times. So negative 2x times 2x gives me that negative 4x squared. And then it'll be plus 10x because it's a negative 2 and a negative 5. So I'm going to subtract. So this becomes plus, this becomes minus. So I'm going to have negative 10x. Drop down my plus 15. And then I see that 2x goes into negative 10x, negative 5 times. So negative 5 times 2x gives me negative 10x. Negative 5 times negative 5 gives me a positive 25. And again, I'm going to subtract so that this changes this sign. This becomes a negative. So I'm going to be left in the end with negative 10. What your remainder, if you have the remainder, is negative 10, but that becomes your new numerator. So minus 10 over the 2x minus 5. So just like with fractions, with mixed numbers, when you get all the way down to the end, whatever your remainder is going to be, it is that new numerator, and your old denominator, your divisor, stays the same.